The government has been relying on interest payments as return on the projects for the past 10 years but has failed to release it. Now, according to the Auditor General's report, June 2022, only 14% of the value of government contracts have been paid out. Nexus Green, however, has completed 19% of the solar irrigation project without the complementary funding of 15% from Government of Uganda. Honorable Agnes Atim, Vice Chairperson of the Agriculture Budget Committee, was asked in Amolator District why many other projects, including European Union projects, are aligned in counter-funding for the government.
We ran to apply for the loan. We even get the loan when we are not yet ready. There are some projects, I'm sure maybe this one, why the release is very, very minimal. There are three things. One is a project feasibility. Sometimes we apply for the loan when we don't even have the feasibility study yet. Secondly, is a government counterpart funding. Sometimes as government, we are not able to actually put our contribution on the table. And then thirdly, why donors actually don't release money is issue of corruption, period. Because you are getting a loan and yet the donors or the funders are seeing elements of corruption, and that is the reason why sometimes they don't release the money as they have scheduled it. So I think for me it is our readiness and our seriousness on implementation of some of. Unfortunately, these are loans, and that is what actually pains me the most as a leader.
Honorable Emmanuel Otara criticized the government's decision to launch the mega project without first piloting and documenting it to make sure that it is cost-effective and will benefit the general public.
Why would the government dive into implementing a mega project throughout the whole country without doing a pilot? Where is the feasibility study? So we are going to dig all those before we make a decision, before I can decide whether this is a good project or it is not.
Although Nexus is putting in more effort for implementation of the project in Lango sub-region, Eastern region and Northern region, there is need to value money invested in the project.
Let's take a look at Ochapa in Serere. You cannot tell me that you have invested all that money for one village. That was not, it has no value for money. And one thing I think the committee which shall sit again and call the Nexus Green and the Ministry officials of Water is how they came up with a very expensive irrigation scheme of 666 million for only 12 acres. How sustainable is that program to the government of Uganda? Is that it really wasting funds? Because these funds should have been allocated to very many factors. We saw a lot of poverty in Amolator, stinking poverty. And you will hear that government was, Ministry of Water was investing 660 million to only serve 12 gardens. And you could also look at the factors like there's a disconnection between the Ministry of Water and Ministry of Agriculture. And also you look at a serious disconnection between the Ministry of Water and the local governments.
In order to guarantee that they fully implement the 17 SDGs listed in the National Development Plan 3 and contribute to GDP, the committee will meet, investigate these and make recommendations and release the counter funds to the government of Uganda. Andrew Barije, Samuel Chirimunda, Smart 24, Business Today.